Here against Rangers so far as Dundee United manager. He'll look to extend that impressive record. Here he is pre-match with Stuart Lovell.
Craig, just one defeat in your last 12 games, I think it is, something along those lines. You must go into this game with a fair bit of confidence.
Yeah, we are. These games are always just a little bit different though, Stuart. You know, we've got obviously yourselves here, it's live on television. And obviously we're playing one of the top two teams in the country. So the players realise it's a big game for us. It's a chance for us to see if our recent improvement against Rangers will stand up.
And one thing that is noticeable about your results this season, you've got a tremendous record against teams in the top six.
Oh, have we?
Well, just one defeat away at Hibs earlier on in the season. That's the only defeat this season.
Well, that's good. I didn't know. Well, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything in that. You know, it's just the way the results have worked out. But we know today that we'll need to be at our very best. You know, that's the thing. Recent form has been okay. I see an improvement, and I love these games because they're always a little bit of a test of how much you've improved. So I'm interested to see how we got on today.
Do you think it will help your players that they've experienced playing well against Rangers in the past?
Yeah. I think whenever you play against a team that are bigger than yourselves, then you have to have recent experience that that you're worthy of being on the same pitch, that you can win the match. And I'm not saying we're guaranteed to win today, but we have a chance of winning, and the players know. No matter what I think, the players know they've got a chance of winning today. I always temper that by saying if Rangers turn up and play at the best of their ability, then there's every chance they'll beat us. But our players in that dressing room know we've got a chance of winning today.
And you've made a couple of changes. Willow Flood comes back from suspension. Warren Feeney starts his first game in over a month.
Yeah, Warren was a little bit unlucky, to be fair. He played at Ibrox in the 3-3 game. And after that he played against Aberdeen here, the very next match, and scored. And then he got injured in training just before our next match. So, and then of course we won that one, and he's had to be patient, and he's had to sit out. So he's now back in the fold, and hopefully he can stay fit and do his chances of staying in the team some good today.
Best of luck today, Craig.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Well, Dundee United make two changes from the Inverness game last week. David Robertson and Danny Swanson drop to the bench. Willow Flood returns from suspension, and there's a rare appearance of late for Warren Feeney, who happens to be a Rangers fan. John Daly has started the last 4 games, his best run in the side in 19 injury-strewn months. Spanish striker Fran Sandaza, though, who scored twice at Ibrox last month, is still out with a foot problem.
Yeah, Craig Levein changes back to a much more conventional 4-4-2, having already played both 4-3-3 and 4-5-1 this season, so it's a match-up with Rangers, which sees Flood and Conway wide in midfield, both busy, direct footballers who will try and open up the visitors. The impressive Scott Robinson, well, he sits deeper, and Gomez will try and dictate things just ahead. Well, Daly was up front alone last week, but today Warren Feeney joins him, two big lads who should be able to make it stick and mess Rangers about a bit.
Rangers also make 2 changes from the side that hammered Hamilton. Majid Bugera misses out with a thigh injury, and DeMarcus Beasley drops to the bench. Kirk Broadfoot is recalled to the starting lineup, and he'll play as a centre-half. Lee McCulloch, who played at the back when Bugera was out last month, is on the left of midfield today. Chris Boyd has shot to the top of the goal-scoring charts, and it's becoming a prolific partnership with Kenny Miller. Rangers haven't lost when they both started.
Yeah, Rangers are also 4-4-2. As you say, Ian Broadfoot's back in the team alongside Rua centrally. Whittaker continues at full-back. And McCulloch, who has had a stint, as you say, and in that sort of defensive central area, well, he's unleashed now in that attacking situation in midfield, which is a role it's problematic for Walter Smith, that left side. And Davis, of course, right side. He's going to be the opposite of McCulloch. Walter Smith does need to make things more solid defensively away from home, and Mendes and Ferguson are charged with that central area, trying to run the middle of the park. Boyd and Miller, who lead the line, a fruitful partnership so far. Can they add to their 15 goals in a very tricky away fixture?
The SPL Saturday starts here, and there is really a dull moment when Dundee United and Rangers collide. Recent meetings have been rich in goals, in drama, in entertainment and in controversy, a bit of everything really. Just last month they produced a 6-goal thriller at Ibrox. Dundee United were 2-1 up, 3-2 up. Kevin Thompson's late strike saved Rangers that night. Tannadice is bracing itself for what will hopefully be another epic encounter between Dundee United and Rangers. In fact, there have been 20 goals in the last 4 meetings between these teams, and a lot more going on than just goals. Chris Boyd scored the 7th hat-trick of his Rangers career against Hamilton last week. He has a phenomenal record against Dundee United, 18 goals in 23 games against them for Rangers and Kilmarnock, and he pinched the CIS Cup from their grasp last season. John Daly has been severely hampered by injuries in his time at Tannadice, but he has scored 8 goals this season, 3 in the last 2 games. He is due some good times. Keeping an eye on Daly today, 38-year-old David Weir, who makes his 100th appearance for Rangers. He has strolled through quite a few of those games. Ian Brines is in charge. Celtic's defeat at Hibs last week certainly gave Rangers a lift, but they have got to be careful themselves today. Tannadice is hardly one of their favourite venues. This is a tricky one for Rangers for sure. They've only managed 1 win in their last 8 visits here. Dundee United 3rd in the table, vying for Europe again, level on points with Hearts, who they meet next week. Rangers could cut the gap at the top to 1 point before Celtic take on Hearts at 3 o'clock. That would put some pressure on the defending champions, although I guess there's pressure every week in the Old Firm environment.
Well, it certainly is now. The reason there's been goals in these games is because they're so open. Dundee United will be going for victory, Rangers will be going for victory. Great midfield battle. It's going to be a great game.
Dundee United haven't lost to Rangers at Tannadice since Craig Levein took over, and there have been some epic contests away from here as well, at Hampden, the CIS final at Ibrox last month. Davis, Ferguson, Whittaker, Pedro Mendes. Davis. Kenny Miller darted across. Conway. Dixon up towards Daly, dealt with by Weir. Papac scored his first Rangers goal against Dundee United last month. Davis. Lee McCulloch. Ferguson. Kirk Broadfoot. Alongside David Weir in the heart of Rangers' defence today. Majid Bagheera out. Offside. Kenny Miller. Chance for Dundee United to stun Rangers. Conway's corner. McGregor certainly under pressure, but he managed to get something on it. And now David Weir has a free kick.
Well, it was a difficult ball coming in for McGregor to deal with. You see Daly just in front of him there. And Robertson a bit high on that challenge. United got a lot of natural width in the side with Flood on the right and Conway on the left. It's a good balance to it, with Robertson central and Gomez just ahead of him. Rangers don't quite have that. They're more lopsided, Rangers on the right, coming down there with Whittaker and Davis. And that is a problem for Rangers on that left-hand side. Of course, McCulloch fills that role today.
Whittaker. It's Chris Boyd. And it just slithered away from Boyd. Nearly, but not quite moments against Rangers in recent times. They really should have beaten them in the CIS final. And might well have done, but for Mark Kerr's stray back pass. Sure, he's delighted that we've reminded everyone of that. Now up at Aberdeen, of course. Kovacevic. David Weir not about to let Warren Finian. Stephen Davis. McCulloch for Whittaker. It's Boyd! Doing what he does best. Chris Boyd has Dundee United in his sights once more, and Rangers have an early lead at a ground where they always find it a bit tricky.
What a start for Rangers. United just went to sleep a little bit. Ball played in there, lovely little dummy from Davis, and that's what opens it up. He just runs by it there, takes out two players, and Boyd, fantastic turn. Wilkie can't stay with him. There's not many central defenders that can, is there? What a finish. Once he's in this position, you know he's going to score. He's over the top of it. It's great technique. It's on his weaker foot, but that doesn't make any difference. 1-0 Rangers.
Chris Boyd carrying on from where he left off last week. A hat-trick against Hamilton and an early strike here against Dundee United, and he has scored a hat-trick on this ground before. Might be asking a bit too much to bag three, but he's up and running already, and incredibly, that's now 19 goals in 24 matches against Dundee United.
He spins Wilkie. Kovacevic tries to come in. There was no getting there. Great position for him to find himself in. He wasn't missing.
Nearly sneaking away from Gary Kenneth. Mendes will send it back here for Boyd, and it's going to trickle just wide. An important touch from Dixon, because for a moment it looked like Boyd was about to score again.
A poor kick out. Mendes right onto it, almost an OG there. He got away with that one, United. Just looking a little bit disorganised at the moment, certainly in that midfield area. Can't really get to grips.
Rangers threatening a second goal with just over a quarter of an hour gone. Davis towards Weir. It's won by Kenneth. Willow Flood. Broadfoot slamming that into the front row. Conway. Dispatched by Davis. Kovacevic. Kenny Miller back on the edge of his own box. Mendes. Advantage played even though Miller was fouled. But Mendes unable to supply Boyd. And Boyd lunges in on Kenneth. And there's going to be a yellow card coming out for the earlier challenge from Gomez, which Ian Bryant let go as Rangers were seemingly in full flow.
Yeah, it was a little bit late there from Gomez, and it was refereed well. Allowed play to go on.
So far this season. Kovacevic.
Again, that's the problem, isn't it? Kovacevic that time can't find his front men. That's how it's gone for the home side. So far, Rangers with a very good start. A great finish from Boyd. Well worked through Whittaker and Davis.
Battered into the stand by Paul Dixon. Wants a word with Barry Ferguson. Looks like the Rangers captain... Oh no, he's not going to avoid a card actually. He is getting a yellow card.
Oh, I don't know why he's getting a card for that, to be honest. No contact at all. Saying that, there wasn't really much contact with Gomez 5 minutes ago. United leaving Kenneth and Wilkie up for a period there. And it was very important that United got the ball in the box to them. Otherwise, it could have been done on the counter-attack.
Some big boys to aim for, that's for sure. Conway's corner, and John Daly, and McGregor with a fine save.
Well, that was a magnificent stop from McGregor. It really was.
The goal was beckoning for Daly, and McGregor did so well to scoop that away. Still up there, Kenneth, but McGregor will gather.
But how on earth does United's most prolific and dangerous striker get such a free header? A little bit of movement there, and he's away. Whittaker's behind him, but what a save that was.
Some rather embarrassing defending from Rangers' point of view. But McGregor bailed them out by keeping out Daly's header. But we really should be looking at a 1-1 scoreline now.
Yeah, it was a great save, but it was also a very, very good chance. He just let cushion more than actually put power through it. A little bit more power and it would have been in the back of the net. All credit to the Rangers stopper.
He might have been as surprised as anyone, John Daly, to find himself unmarked, having escaped a few clutches. And the goals have been going in for Daly lately, but not that time. He'll be back for more. Whittaker beating Conway to it. Davis taken out by Dixon.
The way that the visitors are actually structured, it suits them. If you play a long ball against them, and although Dundee United have had plenty of possession in the last 5 minutes of this match, they're not really going anywhere.
Kovacevic, Scott Robertson. Dixon. Feeney for Conway. Conway giving Whittaker the run around. Steps away from Boyd, but then ran into Pedro Mendes. Challenging Scott Robertson. Kenny Miller showing interest. It's awkward this for Wilkie. And Miller, can he force it in? Somehow no. Wilkie and Zaluska in big bother. And Dundee United somehow get this out.
It's a long ball over the top, and of course Kenny Miller will chase it. He'll chase everything. He saw an opportunity and he tries to bump Zaluska, but by doing that he allowed Wilkie the chance to get back in.
Here's Chris Boyd again though, and he's found Kenneth in his way. Goal kick and a bit of respite for Dundee United, who could easily have found themselves 2 down.
Well, there's a problem for United. Pace at the back, certainly with Kenny Miller in there. Just tried to gamble a little bit, the striker. And at that point I think he thinks he scored. Wilkie gets himself back in just in time, and he can't believe it, the striker. It's a good first half, Kenny Miller.
Panic stations at the back for Dundee United, but they survived. Boyd. And the second goal for Rangers before half-time would have been a real choker for the home team. see Rangers fans around us giving the assistant ref some chip for that call.
You can see that United have had a lot more possession, but there's just no penetration. Rangers always look dangerous, even with a long ball over the top. And also they can link a few passes together and play in Boyd at times.
Daly, Robertson, Willow Flood's available. Here he is. Flood towards Feeney. It's come off Weir. Conway. Scott Robertson. Thought about the hit. Pedro Mendes and Dundee United stretched again. If Mendes can find the right ball, he can't. And Zaluska sweeps up. Boyd, unable to control it. Gary Kenneth hoping that's going to carry, and it does. Big shout from David Weir. Kenny Miller. That is Gary Kenneth, and that's it. Half-time, and inevitability about the scorer, Chris Boyd. Had trouble in store for Dundee United again with an early effort. John Daly, though, might well have equalised. Free header after he escaped his marker, but it was a decent stop from Alan McGregor to dig it out. Fine start for Rangers, though. Chris Boyd swiveled and scored, continuing his remarkable record against Dundee United. And that's 17 for him now this season. Sort themselves out to save their day, but Rangers remarkably haven't lost any of the last 231 league matches in which they've led at half-time. That's stretching back 12 years. Some record that.
Yeah, that is some record. And I agree with Terry and John. It's been that midfield area for Rangers that's made them strong in the first half. And they have played well so far, the away side, but United in the past were able to dictate things in that central area because they've played three in that tight unit. But today with the two in there, it's been all about Mendes and Ferguson running the show. See if that changes in the second half.
Rangers lost their last away game at Hearts, but bounced back to score 7 against Hamilton Accies last week. And a positive performance so far at what is often a dangerous venue for them. Paul Dixon then. That was one of his long throws that led to a Dundee United goal. Dixon. Feeney, Daly, here's Conway. Daly! Just wide, but better from Dundee United.
Yeah, much better. Initially a good ball up and Feeney knocked it back well. And Conway comes inside, it's a good ball in, and Daly, he's running onto that one. He's not static this time. And it just means he gets the leap on Broadfoot. He can't quite guide it towards goal though.
Dixon. Conway. Dixon. Taking on Whittaker. What's a cracking cross? Wilkie! Dundee United are level! Lee Wilkie the scorer. And you can see what it means to them. After a tame first half of the home side, they score at the start of the second.
Well, just what Craig Levine said at half-time, I'd like to know. Because they've started the second half on fire. It's a lovely ball in, begging for someone to get on the end of it. And would you believe it? It's Lee Wilkie. Dixon just gets the run on Whittaker, but it's a great ball in. And the back post, up pops the centre half. And it's not a bad finish. He's got to concentrate with that one. It's a little half volley and it just makes it inside that far post. United back in the game.
That's a very neat finish from Lee Wilkie, who also scored against Rangers here last season. Captain's contribution. Craig Levein certainly would have had plenty to say at half-time, and it's had the desired effect.
Well, there wasn't much happening for United in the first half, but what did happen for them was on the left-hand side. And again, they've exploited that. Great ball in from the full-back.
Kenny Miller might latch onto this, though. Goes down, Ian Blanks has a look, nothing doing.
Kovacevic got himself back in there and used every ounce of his weight and his stature to fend off Miller.
Conway. It's a stray pass. We will have a look at Kenny Miller's penalty claim shortly, but Davis now puts it through, and Kovacevic, offside, James Boyd.
And yet again, it's another Kenny Miller run, but this time, I think he's just offside that time, and he gets away with it. But Kovacevic does really well to get back in there. So it's two wrong decisions against Miller, and then one that's worked for him there. A good defending from the full-back. Had to be there.
Last ditch. Kovacevic. Dundee United certainly fired up now. Looking more like their usual selves. And Willow Flood takes it off the toes of Barry Ferguson. Dixon, who provided the cross for Wilkie to score. Feeney. It's gone behind Kovacevic by some distance. Didn't get one. Conway now racing away. Conway, supported by Dixon. Feeney! What an amazing turnaround this is! From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Warren Feeney, Rangers fan, scores against the team of his dreams.
Oh, it's a fantastic comeback, isn't it? It's only been 10 minutes, not even that. A lovely ball in, and Feeney finds himself unmarked. He gets away from Weir, and McCulloch doesn't do anything at the back post to put him off. Just manages to isolate himself in between there. It's a good header. McGregor, no chance. But poor defending from Rangers.
Well, it was Paul Dixon again who provided the assist. Two quick goals have transformed the match. And the real Dundee United are now showing what they're all about.
And again, it was that left-hand side, Ian, for United.
Here's Mendes, though. Miller, blocked by Kovacevic. Oh, Gomez and Weir, and it's going to be a card here for Weir.
He certainly did lunge in there, Davy Weir. Could have done a lot of harm. It's a straight leg. The studs were up, and he does catch Gomez. I think probably just frustrated at that last goal. And the fact that the ball was just looped into the box from Dixon. There's plenty of time for the Rangers defence to deal with it. And there should have been time for them to pick up Feeney, but Feeney to get so much room, so close to goal with a looping ball in from the left side. Just all-round bad defending.
Well, Warren Feeney's only goal for Dundee United came in his last appearance a while back against Aberdeen. Wilkie's held that on! And McGregor's caught upon because Rangers looked ragged again, and Gary Kenneth almost latched onto it. This is more like a Dundee United Rangers game.
How can Rangers go from being so comfortable in the first half at the back to be all over the place like they are at the moment? That'll be the question that Walter Smith will be asking.
Papach with a free kick. McCulloch is in there. Boyd is in there. He's got time to shoot. Snuffed out by Gary Kenneth. And Conway moves away from Boyd. Davis wins it back off Gomez. Kenneth's clearance bounces off Boyd. That side. And Conway does provide it. Gary Kenneth goes for it. And McGregor went up as well.
Yet another ball in from the left-hand side. And Kenneth takes a sole one, I think, there from McGregor. Conway causing problems on that left, cutting inside. The big defender was done a little bit there by the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had to come out and make that difficult for him.
Rangers not really coping with crosses from that side at the moment. Lafferty, who scored when he came on against Hamilton last week. What do? Lafferty losing out to Flood. And it's come to Wilkie. Lee Wilkie still. And he's got a corner. And persistence pays off for the big man.
As usual, so much endeavour from the United captain. Couldn't get his shot off, so he tried to Meg Weir and just work his way into the box. Gets a corner out of it.
And he's hanging around for the corner, you can be sure of that. It's Conway who sends it in. And they'll get the chance to do the same again. Anxious moments for Rangers. They cannot afford to concede again. Conway floated that out, actually. Goal kick. Gomez first. Lee Wilkie in strong on his former Dundee teammate, Nacho Novo. David Weir, look at the room in front of him. It came at Novo at a fair force. It's retrieved by Papach. Novo, and Lee Wilkie's across. Belts that into the Rangers fans. Away defeat. Although here is Novo. Big opening this. Kyle Lafferty. Fine finish. That's one way to win over the Rangers fans. Lafferty rescues them. It's 2-2.
We've got to look at this finish. It's not at the best of times at Rangers so far, but Novo opens things up for him and puts it on a plate, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And he keeps calm. He gets away from Wilkie. Novo. He just opens his body up. You know where he's going. Zaluska knows where he's going as well, but it's the fact that he executes it perfectly. That's a great finish. And gets Rangers back in the game.
He may have the last laugh yet. Kyle Lafferty came on and scored last week and does the same this week. And boy, did Rangers need that. And we now have a cracking finale. It's another thriller. Took a while to get going, this one. Started proper in the second half, really. 24 goals in the last 5 encounters between Dundee United and Rangers. And are we in for some late drama? We usually tend to be when these two sides. Robertson more than capable of putting a goal, but it's defensive duty that is on Dundee United's minds just now. Crawford amongst those lurking. Davis delivers. Kenneth beat Crawford to it. Ferguson! Lee Wilkie was the man it hit. David Weir. Crawford rescued that. Over the top by Weir. Longer, really. They're both slugging it out for a winner now. And there's going to be a yellow card for Pedro Mendes, and he is outraged at that.
Oh, he's outraged because it wasn't even him. It was Whittaker. Wrong spy by the referee, and Mendes can't believe it.
I think they've got similar hairstyles, haven't they? Stephen Whittaker got away with it. Ian Bryan's booking the wrong man. Into the... But it's still a massive opportunity, a key moment. Not just in his match, but perhaps in the season. Here comes Chris Boyd, and the wall does its job, and they've dug it out, but only as far as Whittaker. Papac. Here's Lafferty. Lots of time. Mendes! Within a whisker. He started the last 2 games. Swanson, a Rangers player. Berwick Rangers, that is. Joined Dundee United at the start of this year. Robertson. And he's still progressing. And he's got a free kick off David Weir. And this could be ominous for Rangers with the 90 minutes almost up.
Oh, you can see how talented Robertson is. He's going to be a real player, that lad.
Dundee United have come close to beating Rangers a few times in recent times. Wilkie's loitering with intent again. Conway in. And Robertson returns it. Corner. Broadfoot charging in. Weir's there. So many bodies around. Whittaker! Onto the roof of the net from Stephen Whittaker.
We know he's a scorer of great goals, Whittaker. And that one would have been great from a Rangers point of view. Just drops nicely for him. Just can't get it down. It's a neat volley though.
Rangers have their chance from a corner, now Dundee United have theirs. Conway floated in, and there's been a push. Ian Bryan has blown his whistle. Just over a minute of added on time remaining. Lafferty, Davis. Willow Flood's going to be onto this. Here's Swanson, and it's a throw. David Robertson, Willow Flood. John Daly's the only man in there. Kirk Crawford shadowed him. Robertson, David that is. Mendes, and maybe a last chance for Rangers to nick it, but Stephen Davis has hooked it straight out. 30 seconds of injury time remaining. Scott Robertson. Goal kick.
Well, it looks like more drop points for Rangers. Again, Dundee United proving very, very difficult for Walter Smith's side.
Rangers won't be moving within a point of Celtic unless they can grab a late winner here. They can't, because that's that. Rangers have drop points again in the title race. Kyle Lafferty came off the bench to score for the second week running and save the day for Rangers, because Lee Wilkie struck early in the second half and Warren Feeney put United 2-1 up in a remarkable turnaround. Chris Boyd with an obligatory goal against Dundee United early on had given Rangers the lead. Dundee United tame, not their normal selves in the first half, but that soon changed in the second half. Rangers were rattled, and they're still not happy with Ian Brines about a few things. And it's just one win in 9 visits now to Tannadice. It started well enough with a fine finish from Chris Boyd, but Dundee United scored twice in 4 minutes at the start of the second half. 2 crosses from Paul Dixon. Lee Wilkie met the first. And Rangers fan Warren Feeney met the second. Walter Smith made changes and 2 of his substitutes combined. Novo for Lafferty, he still had a bit to do, he did it so well. And that might get a few Rangers fans believing him in a bit more. A cracking second half. It finishes at Tannadice. Dundee United 2, Rangers 2.
Now between Celtic and Rangers, and that could be 6, of course, later on if Celtic beat Hearts. Dundee United a point better off. They are on the 30 mark. Man of the match, Warren Feeney.
Warren, another classic encounter between Dundee United and Rangers. Are you pleased with the point?
No, we're disappointed after the second half performance, but then after the first half performance from us, you know, we'll probably accept the point, and you know, full credit to Rangers. They were the better side, and the gaffer let us know that at half time. But I thought, you know, we'll come out in the second half, and you know, I think we deserved to get a point.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting to know what Craig Levein spoke about at half time, because you looked a different outfit in the second half.
Yeah, he just says, you know, we've got to get in their faces. We've been, after a shaky start this season, we went on a good run of, you know, how we know we can play. And as I said, it wasn't us today in the first half, but he let us know that, as I said, at half time. And that was more like the boys. As soon as we come up, you know, we were fired up and we were 1-0 down. And we knew the only way we got back in this by getting an early goal. And, you know, it was great to get a second. And as I said, it was just disappointing, really, to concede with 15, 20 minutes to go.
Did you feel you were standing off Rangers too much in the first half?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I just don't think our game's about getting about teams, and we didn't do that. You know, they've got class players, and it showed, you know, the midfield. I thought Mendes and Ferguson, you know what I mean, first half, you could see their steps ahead, the wee flicks round the corner. But, you know, full credit to our boys in the second half. They wouldn't let them do that. And as I say, you know, we'll come out guns blazing and got the point.
And yet, having been up against it for most of the first 45 minutes, within a matter of 10 minutes, you were back in front.
Yeah, the gaffer says just get the ball in the box. You know, I think after you get the first goal, the momentum's there. And as I say, you know, Dicker's put a great cross in for Streaky. It was a great finish by him. And, you know, the second one, Conway for me. And I just knew, you know, I took a gamble to run front post, and I just thought I'll stay at the back. And, you know, I just found myself free. And I said I planted it, and it was great to see it go in.
Did you feel that Rangers were vulnerable from crosses into the box, because that was where both of your goals came from?
Yeah, well, you know, I think at the end of the day, you've got to get the balls in the box to score goals. You know, we only worry about what we do. And as I say, you know, the gaffer's worked on it all week. He's brought John Robertson in there to take the strikers for a bit of finishing. He brought new ideas, and as I say, Peter Houston as assistant. So, you know, I think we benefited from today. And, you know, at the end of the day, we've got 2 good balls into the box, and it's our job to put them in the net.
I'm pleased to be back in the team, and of course, a goal for you today. This was your first game for about a month.
Yeah, I picked up a wee injury, as I say, after the Aberdeen game. And, you know, the boys were on a great run. I just couldn't get in, but, you know, I kept plugging away, and obviously I wasn't happy not playing. But, you know, my game's just to get out there, get fit. And as I say, you know, it was great to get the shout today, and, you know, it was great to get a goal. And as I say, hopefully I can kick on from there.
Well, Warren, you've got the Clydesdale Bank man of the match today. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Top man. Thanks, mate.
He's happy. In terms of entertainment, that Dundee United against Rangers fixture just does not let you down. It's let down the Rangers team, though, away from home. 12 points gone on the road for them, and that record.
The incident-packed 90 minutes, which is pretty much what we come to expect when these two teams meet.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the games just seem to be the same every time we play. I suppose both having a go for it, trying to win the game, and what you see is a you know, an exciting football match. You know, at times I thought it was a bit scrappy, but it was definitely exciting.
Were you disappointed with your team's first half performance, or would you credit Rangers for coming flying out of the traps?
Well, I think first I've got to credit Rangers, but I mean, I think, are excellent at certain things, and one of them is winning second balls, and Rangers outthought us and outfought us in the first half, and I was happy. In all honesty, I was happy getting at half time just to be 1-0 down. Although saying that, we've had the best chance in the first half probably when John Daly's. I was going to say he missed, but he didn't miss. It was a fantastic save by Alan McGregor.
So what did you speak about at half-time? Because it was amazing within 10 minutes that the change in the game and the fact that your team were 2-1 up.
We went on a player hunt at half-time because half a dozen of players weren't there in the first half, and it was just a matter of trying to find them. And luckily enough, they turned up in the second half. Guys who I know can play and can take the game to opposition, can read second balls, can anticipate things very, very clearly in their own heads. And we were so much better, and the game plan in the first half was to get the ball in the box, to put crosses in, to give John Daly an opportunity to try and win the ball in the air and Warren Feeney. And we didn't put any crosses in, so I was frustrated. I'm still frustrated by what happened, particularly in the first half. Although all credit to the lads in the second half, I thought they were excellent.
But it sounds like you didn't change your game plan at all, because in the second half they did get crosses into the box. Both your goals came from that, and you had other chances.
Yeah, we did. So that was the difference. We put good quality. The way that Rangers played with a very narrow four today, it was always going to be difficult to play through them. Always going to be difficult. So we had to go round them. We need to be brave in the outside areas and take people on and cross the ball and overlap and all the things that are, are tiring. Are tiring. You have to, there's a lot of running in the full-back areas to get up and down the line. But we did it much better, and we contributed in the second half much more than we did in the first.
That's twice this season that you've led Rangers with not a huge amount of time left on the clock. Are you pleased picking up 2 draws or frustrated?
No. I'm disappointed. If we draw the next time against Rangers, I want to be behind with 5 minutes to go.
Thanks for your time, Craig. Well done.
Okay, thanks.
Well done. All square. What a great running cross from Paul Dixon.
Yeah, it's a fantastic run, but it's a great ball into the box. Wilkie does well. I think Alan McGregor actually slips on the line, but I don't know how Lee Wilkie gets on the end. As you see, just at the bottom of the picture, when the cross comes in, Whittaker should close the cross down, doesn't. Great ball in. Just makes contact with the ball, guides it across the face of the goal, and how that goes in from there, I just do not know, with a goalkeeper and a player on the line. But it's a wonderful ball in. Should never have been allowed to get the cross in, but it is a great ball, and that's a great finish from a centre half.
And if there was an inquiry there in the Rangers' defence, there was certainly one 4 minutes later when Dundee United scored again. This time a high hanging cross from Dixon. Nobody really taking charge for Rangers, and Warren Feeney scored.
Yeah, well, it's a poor goal to give away. It's just rolled back to Dixon. It's probably travelled 50 yards there. It's gone up in the air, and it's travelled an awful long way. He's pulled off Davy Weir, and McCulloch was trying to get across and help Weir out. And even McGregor, if you're going to be critical, McGregor even can come there and maybe try and punch that. As I said, it's travelled a long way, but Feeney, he's in the right place. He's pulled off Weir, and he does